Post-game show, Bleacher Boys Media. Yankees take game 1, 4-1. Big sigh of relief. Unclench those buttholes. We are through game 1. How are you feeling? Hello, buddy. Yankees won.
Can you hear me?
Yeah? What are you looking for?
Okay. Yeah, man. Yankees won. That didn't feel real, kind of. I don't know. That kind of felt really casual and really just like, oh, we're just taking care of business, which is like a new feel for me for this team. Do you know what I mean?
Love it.
Like,
No, I do. But if I can say one thing, the start of the game, I was feeling those jitters and those nerves like I didn't think I was going to feel. Like, it didn't happen until the very first pitch, and I was like, oh, shit. And Cole, was kind of struggling through the first part. Well, I know we'll get to it, but, man, those emotions were back. But then after the mid-innings, I was fully settled in, got the nerves under control. I feel like I was out there on the field.
yeah. I just felt like this game was kind of emulated like the taking care of business kind of thing. Like, this is what the Yankees should be doing to the Cleveland Guardians. Like, this is the games they should be having. Honestly, pretty stress-free game. If I'm being honest, like, there's no point in this game where I'm like, we're losing. Even after the I don't even remember. Oh yeah, Stephen Kwan. Even after the Kwan home run, I'm like not really that worried.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, what were you feeling like after that home run?
No, I'm going to be after that home run, and then the Yankees came up to bat and didn't get anything done. Cal Quantrill was kind of cruising through 3. I was feeling a little nervous, but I knew that Cole was going to find it, and Guardians in the third inning, it was bases loaded, 1 out. I was feeling nerves then. Then after Cole got out of that without another run, I felt pretty confident throughout the game. So,
do you want to get into I obviously wrote down some notes. Do you want to get into a inning by inning summary, or how do you want to do this?
I don't know. We haven't done this in a very long time. 2020, first Yankee playoff victory since 2020. It's been 2 years, long time coming. I mean, it was a must-win game for the Yankees. I mean, as much of a must-win as a non-elimination game can get because of who's coming up, Bieber and McKenzie in game 2 and 3. So, yeah, wherever you want to take me, I'll let you.
Let's start with the bad.
All right, let's get it out of the way. First inning.
I mean, it's pretty obvious here. It's IKF. We talked before on the pregame show on the ALDS preview. We talked about why IKF. He's shown what he is all year. Obviously with the bat he's not terrible, but with the glove he's just inconsistent, and there's just plays that can really hurt us. And what do you know? First inning. Ball right to him, doesn't even get it in his glove, goes off the side of his glove, showing some nerves. Not really a hard play at all. I know Bob Costa said that's a hard play, but I mean, come on, we're being ridiculous here. That's routine MLB play. And everyone in the room I was watching with just starts cursing out IK. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? Fuck this guy. Like, are you kidding me? Like, and then you kind of realize, like, whoa, like, we're in the playoffs there. Like, there's some juice and real hatred. Like, you got to make the plays, man. Like, you really got to step up. And then he comes up in his first day bat and hits into a double play in the first pitch. And after that, all hell broke loose on Yankees Twitter. Everyone just, everyone making the joke, wish we had a prospect that played defense first and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, man, I can't really defend him. That's just inexcusable in a playoff game. The only thing I worry about is, teams with a deeper lineup like the Astros, like the Mariners potentially, like the Dodgers, they can hurt you for that kind of thing. And this Cleveland lineup really only has two or three guys that even, shiver your timbers a little bit. So it's a good thing that we're playing Cleveland first, maybe work out the kinks, but damn, really, really shitty. Really shitty.
Yeah. I've been preparing myself for this moment when IKF makes an error in a big playoff game. I know it wasn't a massive playoff game, game 1 against the Guardians, but I knew it was coming, so it's whatever. I can only smile at that. Like, I've been preparing myself. Like, I knew it was coming. I know it was happening. We know what we're getting from IKF. I can't even get mad. Like, this is who he is. This is who he's been. So, it's whatever. We're gonna have to get over it. It's gonna happen again sometime soon. So just be prepared.
Yeah.
Do you have a second negative?
Honestly, I mean, the only other negative is in the last inning there. I kind of disagree with Boone's decision to take out Wandy Peralta, who honestly been looking great for not pitching for a really long time. I can't remember the last time he pitched, but it was a pretty decent amount of time.
I think it was like September 18th.
Yeah, September 18th. That
3
was
weeks
it.
ago, 4 weeks. Yeah.
So I don't really know about taking him out at 8 pitches when he's cruising. I really, really liked him facing Josh Naylor in that situation. I think that's a great move. But kind of questionable to put Clay Holmes in, and then what do you know? First batter he faces, he hits. And again, the whole room is just like, oh, God, no. Yeah, everyone's just, here we go again. What are we doing? And then apparently you told me that J-Mo was warming up. I didn't even see that.
I saw some reporter tweeted that J-Mo was warming up.
Yeah, so that would have been just a crazy situation where you could really see this game taking a real downward spiral if J-Mo comes to that game, in a 3-run game. So I guess they really weren't kidding when they said they want J-Mo in like high leverage situations.
Yeah.
But this is really insane to not even like try him out during the year. Just like, oh, fuck it, postseason J-Mo, first relief appearance ever in the MLB. Go ahead. I just think that's pretty insane. But it works out in the end. Doesn't burn you that Clay Holmes can't really throw a strike to righties without hitting them. Yeah. Any other bullpen issues there? I did like Lowe in the high leverage. I think that was a good idea. He looked decent. He didn't look, crazy good. I thought he should have mixed in his slider more. He was kind of just throwing fastballs. There was one pitch to some righty on their team. I can't remember which. There's only 2. I think it was Ahmed Rosario, obviously. And he just, he was fouling off 99 fastballs, like pulling them and getting a barrel on them. And I'm like, dude, just throw a slider. Like, he's obviously going to swing and miss at that.
They were all selling out for the 99 sinker inside.
Exactly. They were all just selling out. So I'm like, dude, like, come on, like, throw a slider. And same thing with Holmes. Like, he missed his first, like, 4 fastball locations. So it's like, try something else maybe. But it doesn't really burn us. I'm kind of just nitpicking at this point. Do you have anything else on the bullpen?
Not really. I mean, Loizaga, yeah, they were looking for it, but it's such a good pitch that even when they are looking for it, they still beat it into the ground. That double play was huge. I'm glad IKF came up with that play. Wandy, great outing from him. You can trust him big time. Anything else? I was thinking Trevino after Wandy in the 9th there, if anything. I would have let Wandy go, but a little shocking to see Clay Holmes. I know the Yankees just want him to get going so they can have another arm that they can trust back there.
Kind of a weird spot to like be like, okay, let's get you going, Clay. Like I maybe if they're up by like 5 or 6, you do that, but
yeah, I agree.
Just kind of a questionable to be like, hey, let's go see what he looks like in in a real game situation. Like, man, if he like walked that second batter or something, I don't know what would have happened. I mean,
Tyone, J-Mo time.
Did you see, by the way, the pregame at Yankee Stadium?
Oh yeah,
the
Nick
lights
Swisher,
out?
fire me up, baby. Yeah,
That was
CC with the
sick.
first pitch. It was really cool.
Yeah.
The crowd was fired up too. If you guys were there and watching this, props to you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome atmosphere. Third negative, Josh Donaldson.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. I literally didn't write that down. I would rather have Marwin Gonzalez on. You can't play Josh Donaldson, man. I'm sorry. He's so fucking bad. And it's not like he's like physically not a good baseball player. Like, he did make a nice play. He did make a nice play with the bases loaded to home. I thought that was the right move. He did have 2 hits. But what the fuck are you doing? Like, he hits a ball to right field. There's no, like, you don't know if that ball's out or not. You don't know what's happening. So his instinct to start trotting around the bases, like, instead of like, being like, I don't know what's going on. Let me stop at first base and ask the umpire if it's out or not. Because if it's out, then you keep on running. But it's not like you were going to get the second anyway. So, like, I initially thought that, he was running to second and got thrown out, but he's too slow. And I'm like, okay, at least he's running. And then when the replay comes on, he's fucking doing the home run trot to second on a ball that, like, so obviously is like a 50-50 ball. Like, that's so inexcusable. And again, in a playoff game, like I've been saying this all year, he pimps doubles all the time, gets thrown out, base running mistakes, all this bullshit. The guy's a fucking asshole, too, on top of all this. And like, in a playoff game, man, really? And we're looking at a 5-1 game if Donaldson doesn't do that. You know?
Well, I mean, they kind of gave that. They kind of gave that run back immediately after with Oscar Gonzalez making that error, so it's kind
That's
of
what I'm saying. Because so if he's on first and IKF hits the triple and then the sack
it's
fly,
not a triple.
then
Let's get that right. IKF hit a single. It was a two-base
I'm
error.
saying he gets on. Okay, yes, but still, it's a 5-run game now, 5-1 game. Excuse me. But just Donaldson, like I don't know, like why he decides to do that. Like who in their right mind starts doing a home run trot on a ball like that? That's just like so fucking like that's just bad baseball, and I'm kind of sick of it. And I really don't want to see him in the lineup. You know, although I know he's going to be in there. But I hope when DJ comes back for ALCS, I hope we're done with Donaldson. Like really, like I'm so sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
So sick of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it pissed me off as well. Real time, to be honest with you, I also did think it was out. But you can't go into a home run trot when the ball comes back onto the field. You have to find a base and get to it. But I am still like, I don't know. I don't think I would put Marwin over Donaldson just yet. His defensive presence at third base is still valuable to me, and he was getting around some high velocity pitches. I would try him out for a couple more games, but. Yeah, he's gotta tighten the screws. Like, this is playoff baseball. You can't. That's inexcusable.
Like, you can't fuck around. And another thing, what is the first base coach doing?
Yeah, they're both like 50-50.
Like what?
Blame.
Did you see the first base coach high five him in the replay?
Yeah, I know. It's on both of them.
Like, why are you, like, as a first base coach, your only job is to be, like, the stopgap of players doing stupid shit. Like, you have to be the adult in the situation. And when you see Donaldson start taking his jog, rounding first, like, whoa, like, Josh, stop running. Like, you don't know if that ball's out. But what does he do? He high-fives him. Like,
yeah,
dude.
See, that makes me think.
Act like you've been there before.
I feel like that makes me believe that the umpire was also unsure, and he might have, I don't know if he did the home run signal or he just didn't call anything.
I don't think he did. No, I don't think he did.
But I don't know. Like, the first base coach and the way Josh Naylor reacted at first, it was kind of weird. I thought it was 100% out too, so I'm kind of a victim
I was just in there in silence wondering where the ball was, but like still, you're Josh Donaldson. Yeah, you gotta keep first.
You're Josh Donaldson. You got to keep an eye on the ball. When it comes back on the field, to get back. Like, there's no other way of putting this. But
yeah,
we
and
survived.
Moving on to more positives, though, I need to talk about positives. The biggest power threat in our lineup, Harrison Bader, with a big home run, just absolutely clobbered that ball. Really important for the game to tie the game there, and you see the whole dugout just giving smiles and
I love the carp
happy.
cam TBS had going too.
Yeah. And also Nestor Cortez Jr. mic'd up. So
Yep.
Harrison Bader, huge, runs down some balls in the outfield. Obviously the Anthony Rizzo bomb was major, a second deck shot, beautiful thing.
That was the
Cal
game.
Quantrill. Yeah, that was the game. Cal Quantrill, just not good second time through the order. But in that inning, though, I want to point out I love the aggressiveness of Aaron Judge stealing second there. I thought that's just like a big shock to Cleveland. Like the Cal Quantrill wasn't really holding him on that well. The throw was bad, but I just love the aggressive base running by the Yankees. I think that's a really good thing they need to take throughout this whole postseason, swiping bags, and that takes them out of the double play and leads to bigger things. So I really really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else on that?
Just on the Harry Bader home run, he was down 0-2 in that at bat, and to fight back 3-2, you put yourself in a great situation where Judge is on deck. You obviously know he's coming in with a fastball. He squares it up, no doubter. Amazing stuff from Bader. He's so exciting to watch. Like he brings the hype. Center field as well. His defense is amazing. Anytime a ball is hit to center field now, I just have full confidence that Bader is making a play out there. I haven't had that confidence in a while, so that's a insurance blanket. Nice to have.
Yeah.
Anything else?
How did you feel about Stanton's ABs?
Stan's at bats. I think Oh, okay, so was it his first at bat where he drew the walk? No, he got out his first at bat. Second at bat, he drew the walk. I thought that was a really good at bat. He was fouling off some tough pitches, cutters away, up and in fastballs. Same with who walked after him? Was it who
Well, it
walked out?
must have been
Oh,
Donaldson or Cabrera.
Stanton walked. Cabrera. No, it was Donaldson. It was Donaldson's hit to center field. Before IKF's double play. It was kind of first pitch double play from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I thought it was kind of insulting to Donaldson and to Stanton, who put up amazing at bats to get on there.
Yeah, I just want to say I thought Stanton looked really locked in. There's a
he had
series
like
of
one
back-to-back.
pitch he missed.
Yeah, there was a series of back-to-back takes where he took like a slider like an inch off the plate, and it wasn't like a frozen take. Like he like went, stopped himself, and when Stanton's doing that, he's like really locked in. So I expect Stanton to have a really good postseason. Like you can just see like, and then there was like a 95 fastball in on his hands, fouls it straight back, got the barrel to it just under it. So I'm really promising things seeing from Stanton.
Yeah. I want to ask you about Judge.
Yeah.
He struck out 3 times.
Guy sucks. Get him off the roster. Never want to see that man again.
He does the little things though. You really have to be in a dark place to be shitting on Judge right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm kidding, guys. Haha.
There's been some evidence of people talking shit about Judge already, which made me laugh.
I'm not really worried about Judge. He got his walk. Good AB. I mean, they're still throwing him pitches that are barely in the zone, bottom of the zone that he can't touch. They're gonna live there at the bottom of the zone. He has to be patient. Let Rizzo, let Stanton, let Glaber do the damage. Glaber's at bats were all pretty shit today. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was getting kind of jumpy. He was kind of
and
throwing his hands out there.
Same thing with Trevi too. Trevi was really jumpy. He didn't actually look.
His sac fly was pretty productive.
His sac fly was very productive. I'll give him that. But he did get behind in like every single count, just swinging at anything that was there. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this lineup. I mean, other than the Donaldson bullshit and the IKF stuff, I mean, we put the ball in play. The thing you got to remember is this wasn't a very good pitcher. This guy's not that good, to be honest with you, Cal Quantrill, and we're gonna face a lot better this postseason and even in 2 days. So, I like what we saw today, but this game really means nothing. I mean, it was great to win, but we have a lot harder. We have a lot harder challenge ahead of us. And then quickly, just to wrap up, I think we should talk about Gerrit Cole. I want to just reference the third inning where he had bases loaded on some unfortunate stuff. There's a big strikeout non-call on a changeup that the ball was like fully in the zone.
I think it's a slider, but yep.
Yeah, Jordan Baker just totally missed that call, and this is one of our asks was that Cole didn't get upset. He didn't start crying on the mound or throw his glove or do all that bullshit. He's like, okay, all right, that's not a strike. Moving on, strikes him out on the next pitch. I think almost same pitch too. So and that's like ace shit right there. Like that's the ace that we need to carry us in this postseason. If Gerrit Cole's not that guy this postseason, we don't have a chance.
Yeah.
So to see that and to see his whole overall performance was so refreshing. Really good for his confidence that he got the boost from the Yankee Stadium crowd too, which I'm happy with.
Yeah, first postseason start in the Bronx. He showed up, man. That's the ace we paid for. Big time performance from Cole. We needed it. We got great defense behind him, except for the guy playing between second and third. But Cole fought through, and his pitch count was in some deep waters early on, third, fourth inning. I think he was up to 70 pitches in the fourth. He gets an 8-pitch at bat in the fourth, and then he gets a quick 1-2-3 in the sixth. So I mean, Cole really showed up. I wish he got another chance to finish off that bottom of the order in the seventh, but I can't blame Boone for taking him out there.
Oh, excuse me. So you like that call then?
No, I do. I think either way is there's no wrong decision there. Letting Cole get the 9-hitter in Straw wouldn't have been bad. It was a single off of IKF's glove that I think a normal major league shortstop makes, but it's whatever. Loizaga coming in, getting the double play, fine. No qualms.
Yep. Pretty easy win, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, you want to look ahead a little bit? Game 2?
Yeah,
I know
we
we'll do a
could save
pregame,
that
but-
for our pregame, so I don't know if people really want to hear about it now, but sure, we can give the pitching matchups.
Just quickly, yeah. Shane Bieber, the Cleveland ace. That's their guy. That's their Gerrit Cole up against Nestor Cortez. It'll be interesting and fun to watch. To watch Nestor get to work in his first playoff game. So, hopefully Nestor will be Nestor. I really have full confidence in Nestor being the guy he was all season long. I think he's a pitcher that won't be affected too much by too much adrenaline, things like that. He just paints the corner, relies on movement, things like that. So, Nestor versus Bieber, how are you feeling?
On the Nestor side of things, I agree. I'm not that concerned about him. There's always the postseason can surprise anyone though. The added energy can always pump up a guy to throw a little too hard, change his mechanics a little bit. But I have confidence in Nestor that he'll have a quality start. As for Bieber versus the Yankees, they haven't faced him this year, which obviously can be a negative. But the positive is that the last time they did face him, they touched him up pretty good for like 4 or 5 runs, I think, in last postseason. So that is positive news. He is definitely a pitcher's pitcher. He's not going to blow you away with anything. He's going to come at you with like 5 different pitches. So I expect the Yankees to have a really good game plan. They're going to be patient with him. They're going to try to get him out of the game. They're going to work counts. I like this lineup for that, honestly.
Yeah, he's basically Cal Quantrill on steroids. He also has that fastball cutter combination, much better knuckle curve, much better control with his fastball. Cal Quantrill is nothing to sneeze at, 15-5 with a 3 something ERA, but Shane Bieber's on a different level, so it'll be fun to watch. Would you run back the same lineup besides the Donaldson Marwin stuff?
I mean, realistically, I'd probably run the same lineup again. Like, why fix it if it ain't broken, kind of thing. Obviously, I'd put Peraza in there. And I mean, I don't want to say it, but I feel like there's a Hicks start coming sometime in this series. I just feel it. Like, okay. I can just feel a Hicks start coming.
Do you see?
I don't know.
Do you see either Carp or Stanton getting reps in the outfield and starting Carp?
I don't. Soon? I think I'm pretty surprised they didn't use Carpenter as a pinch hitter.
I wish we saw him.
Yeah.
Just to get some live ABs under his belt.
I could see Stanton possibly getting in the outfield. I don't think they're going to at least start Carpenter in the outfield. I think Stanton will get maybe a game. But then what do? You have to where do you put Judge? You DH Judge? Like, why? He's one of the best defensive outfielders. So I actually don't know if I even see Stanton getting one. I mean, the left fielder position is pretty much locked up as Oswaldo.
Another great play, by the way, jumping into the stands.
Oh, yeah, Oswaldo's sick. But, yeah, I kind of think they roll with this lineup for the first 3 games of the series, at least.
I agree.
And if they're losing, maybe switch something up. But, I mean, if you got Harrison Bader producing at the 9 spot, why move anything? Why change anything around? You got good defense and good offensive outfield if Bader's really producing like that. So,
and I don't know the stats here, but would you run back Trevi or would you start Higgy? I think
I'm running Trevi. I mean, Trevi hit that ball well. I'm running back
and
Trevi.
His frame jobs in the first inning also was getting some calls. I know he didn't get that bases loaded strikeout call, but that's on fucking Jordan Baker.
Yeah, no, I'm staying with Trevi.
Have you seen All-American?
No, I haven't.
Oh. The star quarterback's name is Jordan Baker. That just reminded me.
Fun fact. Very fun fact.
Anyway, very relaxed, sigh of relief type episode from us. We're usually kind of like super high on energy after postseason games. Yeah, post-game recaps. But I think we're kind of just like taking it in right now.
I'm going to say something wild right now. I think this is kind of the tryout for the Houston Astros series, if I'm being honest with you.
Please don't let that come and bite us in the ass.
Yeah, maybe cut that part.
I don't know about all that.
This is the tryout series. Let's be honest. Like, this is the tryout series. Come on. Oliver Catran talking all that shit.
Oh, wow.
Cleveland. What do you say? Cleveland in 3 or 4? Get the fuck out of here.
He said Cleveland in 5. There's still
I think he said Cleveland in 4. And I think he wanted to say 3, too, but he couldn't bring himself to do that.
He was talking about Cal Quantrill's jawline or something, though. I do remember that.
He said Cal Quantrill was like one of the best pitchers in the AL, bro. Honestly,
All right, guys. Frank Sinatra, take us out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back for Game 2 pregame show on Thursday. Hopefully the weather holds up. There's a rumor that it might be moved to Friday, but hopefully not. What are we gonna do tomorrow, bro? Like after all this pumped up energy, like you have to go back to normal. God damn it, I'm gonna miss Yankee baseball. All right, thank you guys for watching. Any last words?
let's fucking go, Yanks. Playoff run started, and we're gonna finish it in November.
10 more wins. Let's go. Peace.